It began like any ordinary day in Antalya. The date was July 29th, 2025. Turkish Airlines flight TK-672 from Istanbul landed smoothly under the scorching sun. The passengers, many of them tourists, were preparing for a routine taxi to the terminal. But within minutes, that illusion would shatter, and 260 lives would find themselves in the center of something far more chilling. A faint odor. That's how it started. A smell like burning rubber slithered through the cabin vents. At first, passengers glanced at each other in confusion. But then, from the floor vents near the rear landing gear, white smoke began to emerge, slow, creeping, and unmistakable. Flight attendants rushed down the aisle. Their training kicked in, but even they appeared rattled by how quickly the situation escalated. The captain, alerted through cockpit instruments and urgent calls from the cabin crew, halted the aircraft immediately on the tarmac. The control tower at Antalya International confirmed their worst fear, smoke trailing visibly from the plane's rear landing gear. Then came the chilling words over the intercom: "Evacuate." Now, all 247 passengers and 13 crew members were ordered to abandon the aircraft. Emergency slides deployed within 15 seconds. Chaos erupted. People screamed. Others froze. Parents held infants close, trying to keep calm as they plunged down slides. Some passengers crawled along the burning hot tarmac, overcome by smoke and panic. Outside, the thick white haze began engulfing the back half of the aircraft. Ground rescue teams surged in. Flames, luckily, had not yet appeared, but no one could be sure they wouldn't. One woman, an American tourist, said later, "I thought we were going to blow. It felt like a movie, except we couldn't pause it." Turkish Airlines released a preliminary statement that evening. According to them, a hydraulic failure was the likely cause. Overheating in the rear landing gear system. But the wording was cautious. Too cautious. And the internet noticed. Just 2 days before, July 27th, 2025, an eerily similar event unfolded at Denver International Airport. An American Airlines Boeing 737 MAX, Flight 3023, aborted takeoff after flames erupted near its landing gear. The similarities were impossible to ignore. Hydraulic system, overheating, rapid evacuation. In that case, one person was hospitalized. Both flights had been declared structurally sound just hours before takeoff. These aren't isolated stories anymore. Aviation forums, safety boards, and passengers themselves are piecing together a pattern that no one in authority seems eager to acknowledge. The hydraulic systems in modern commercial jets are the circulatory system of the aircraft. They control flaps, landing gear, brakes, even steering. One small leak, just a hairline fracture in a pipe, can spill fluid on a hot metal. That's enough. Under pressure, it ignites. In seconds, smoke. In minutes, fire. And in rare but catastrophic cases, total failure. It happened in 2019. British Airways Flight 2276 caught fire in Las Vegas due to a ruptured fuel/hydraulic line. It nearly destroyed the aircraft. Investigators called it a freak occurrence. But freaks shouldn't repeat. Dr. Levent Arslan, a Turkish aviation safety specialist, told a local network the morning after the incident, "The heat from brakes during taxiing or landing is intense. If even a drop of hydraulic fluid reaches that temperature, it becomes volatile. We need to ask why these systems are degrading so frequently." Maintenance logs from flight TK-672 revealed something strange. On July 24th, 5 days before the Antalya incident, the aircraft recorded a minor inconsistency in hydraulic line pressure. Nothing urgent, according to ground staff. But was it a red flag ignored? Or a minor data point that became lethal? The Director General of Civil Aviation launched a formal investigation within hours. Scorched residues were found near the rear undercarriage. The black box data was recovered by noon the next day, but its contents remain undisclosed. A veil of silence has descended from officials. Survivors, however, aren't keeping quiet. A passenger posted on X, formerly Twitter, "I smelled smoke." I screamed for the flight attendant. They said, "We're looking into it." Less than 5 minutes later, we were on the ground crawling away from a plane that might have exploded. Turkish Airlines owes us the truth. But the mystery deepens when we look beyond Turkey. In the past 6 weeks alone, July 15th, a Japan Airlines flight suffered brake overheating in Narita, delaying departure by 7 hours. Cause: suspected hydraulic leak. July 10th, Lufthansa Flight 447, an A350, had a full brake failure on landing in Frankfurt. Manual override saved the day. July 5th, Air India Express emergency landed in Kerala due to mid-air hydraulic failure. Passengers prayed aloud as flaps stopped responding. And now, July 29th, Turkish Airlines joins the list. How many near misses do we ignore before we admit we have a pattern? Is it overworked aircraft, pushed to fly tighter schedules post-pandemic? Is it budget cuts in maintenance departments? Or worse, is there a systemic failure in the design of hydraulic components used in modern airliners? Timeless Forge reached out to an anonymous aviation engineer from Istanbul. He said, "We've been flagging wear rates on hydraulic seals since early 2024. But no one wants to ground a $300 million plane over a 0.2 psi drop. So it flies until it doesn't." The psychology of modern aviation is trust. Trust in checklists. Trust in computers. Trust in systems we cannot see. But when that trust breaks, when you smell smoke 30,000 feet in the air, there is no margin for error. Turkish Airlines has grounded its entire fleet of Boeing 777s for inspection. Quietly, without fanfare. It's a move that echoes fear, not confidence. For the passengers of Flight TK-672, the incident is far from over. Some report breathing issues. Others are dealing with trauma. One child hasn't spoken since the event. And while no lives were lost, the scars are very real. As the investigation unfolds, the world watches. Will Turkish Airlines come clean about the maintenance trail? Will regulators admit how close this came to disaster? Or will another incident take center stage and wipe this one from memory? For now, one thing is certain. Turkish Airlines Flight TK-672 didn't just land in Antalya. It landed into the center of a mystery that reaches far beyond Turkey's skies. A whisper of smoke, a second chance, and a question that still haunts every passenger. What if we hadn't made it off that plane? This isn't just about one flight. It's about how many more like it are silently burning toward their own terrifying fate. And in the quiet hum of the next plane you board, you might just wonder, is it really just turbulence, or is something underneath it all about to fail? Because in today's skies, even a perfect landing isn't always the end of the story.